Well, hello, hello, hello. I am in Taiwan. I made it here. It's been about a week since I left my home in Waterloo. And in that time, I took a car, a bus, an airplane, a sky train, another airplane, a commuter train, a high-speed rail train, a subway train, and arrived here in Kaohsiung just a couple of days ago. I'm back, and it feels great to be back. The weather today, as you will see, is a little bit rainy and overcast, 25 degrees. I'm going to the Shell Bay, and then just for a little stroll around. I'm going to take you with me. So I got up at 5 this morning, which is a perfect time to get up as far as I'm concerned. The sun came up about 6. It's not sunny, but it's warm, and it's Taiwan. Well, look at this. I am back in Taiwan, and it is an overcast day. The road is wet, the air is wet, but I am dry. First order of business today is to go down to the Shell Bay. Need a couple of supplies. Got up yesterday morning, went for breakfast, then I hike up the mountains. First thing I noticed was that there is a lot of visible damage from the typhoon. Lots of trees down in my neighborhood, and also up in the mountains. I also saw a monkey with a big gash out of his head. I got hit by a falling rock or a tree branch or something. Other than that, the regular stuff. Kind of being whacked out yesterday, and had a little nap. Cleaned, organized, kind of got ready for my life here in Kaohsiung. Nice being back in Kaohsiung. I went the wrong way. The Shell Bay is down here. It's familiar, and there's a tendency to go to all your favorite places and restaurants right away. But really, I'm here for 4 months, so I can pace myself. I forgot where the Shell Bay was. After spending a couple of days in Richmond, BC, which is part of Vancouver, the first thing I noticed on the weekend was how quiet it was. But of course, that was Saturday and Sunday, and now it's Monday, and it seems to be full on again. So I was going to say that Kaohsiung is a sleepy little backwater, but it's not quiet. So I changed my mind about the, hey, wow. Last time I was here, this was under construction. Now it's finished. So I'm not really thinking that clearly. When you fly halfway around the world, your mind gets left behind. It takes a while for it to catch up. I decided not to go to the Shell Bay, or I decided that the Shell Bay is my second choice. There's a great stationery store, just, well, within walking distance. I think it's called 99 store or something like that. It's got some number in the name. Anywho, I'm gonna go down there. There's 2 things I want. Well, 3 really. I want a nice pen. I tell you, the Japanese and the Taiwanese have the best stationery. I want a blank notebook, and I want some watercolor paints. These are the things I want. Simple things. So traveling the world these days is much faster and more efficient than it used to be. all the connections we made, train, bus, commuter train, high-speed rail, they all just went off seamlessly. Having said that, it doesn't make you any less exhausted. The hard thing about traveling is that you're on somebody else's schedule, in someone else's space. Yeah, you have to give up a lot to get here. All right, here is Kaohsiung Central Park. I'm gonna cut through the park and walk a block, and I will be at my destination. The park looks a little bit different. It's yeah, some more trees came down here. That was a big typhoon. That was like a once in a lifetime kind of typhoon. It's much more open here than it was. Still good though. We didn't lose too many trees, it seems, just some branches here and there. The good thing about a typhoon is it washes everything clean. It's like sending your country through the car wash. A car wash that lasts a whole day. Because I think that typhoon kind of hit Kaohsiung, a direct hit, and then just kind of stayed here. The funny thing about getting up early, going out for breakfast and then a hike, is that by the time you finish those two activities on a Sunday, or any day for that matter, most people's days are just getting started. You're ready for a nap. So welcome to Bob's Utopia, Season 6, Episode 1, from Kaohsiung. It's great to be back and making videos again. I have to remind myself that these videos are not about me, although the first part was about me getting here and stuff. But the videos aren't about me, they're about you. They're about Taiwan. And I suppose Taiwan through my eyes, but not about me. The Taiwanese seem to be somewhat obsessed with exercise machines that do all the work. Personally, I prefer hiking in the mountains. Man, oh man, it was so humid, sweat right through all the clothes I was wearing, like all the clothes I was wearing. So I've been thinking that we live in a world of, at least in the last 20 years, maybe longer, a world of high efficiency and productivity. And I think there's a lot to be said for goofing off. A lot to be said for goofing off. Alright, so the bad thing about getting up early is you get up before the retailers open. I've just walked down here. Apparently I've just walked down here for nothing. Here's where I'm going. Here's where I've been. So the name of the stationery store is 9 times 9. It's now 9:20 in the morning. It doesn't open until 10. I suppose I could hang around. Come all this way. So I just remembered, one of my favorite breakfast places is just down here, the other side of the morning market. So why not, when in doubt, go for breakfast. That's my motto. So I was saying that efficiency and productivity is highly prized in our society at the moment. Maybe it always has been. Well, I think it has been since the Industrial Revolution, but I'm not really a historian. But I think goofing off is important too. You need a balance between productivity and doing nothing. If you're working, you need a strong work ethic, but you also need a strong play ethic, strong rest ethic. I think I'm probably preaching to the choir here. Am I not? Am I? I think I am. So, when in doubt, go for breakfast. Today I got robao, dojang, some of these little guys, and I got a Fantuan to go. Back in my second favorite breakfast spot. This is so great. I rarely wait in line to eat in a famous restaurant. Regular food is probably just as good, though less famous. I love this place. There's a very good reason why when you're watching videos from Taiwan that you always end up watching a lot of food videos. Stuffed again. Doesn't matter if they're foreigners visiting night markets or other Asians visiting Taiwan or even the Taiwanese themselves. There's so much food here and it's so good. You can't not talk about it. As I have just come back to Taiwan, I have to do this, point out some differences that I noticed right away. First thing is, in Canada, if you're walking around like this, sooner or later you're going to smell weed. That's just weird. Taiwan has many smells, but weed isn't one of them. Alright, so that wraps up my first video from Taiwan, Bob's Utopia, Season 6, Episode 1. Roll the montage.